Shalom. All praises, honor, and glorification unto our power. Call Halim La Allahayanawa Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, scattered across the earth. This is your brother Allah coming to you with the continuation of the latest video, or the video that was the latest video updated. I got interrupted, but I was reading within the book of Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter. So Lord willing, that's where I continue. And Lord willing, the elect of Yahweh Bashimi, I wish I be edified. And this lesson is entitled, "We must be willing to taste death for this thing of ours," right? Dealing with persecution and things of that nature. And I suggest you go watch the first part. This would be the second part, so let's see, 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law, right? And what law is that? The law of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, to taste swine's flesh, showing you that eating swine, right, eating pig, eating pork is against the laws of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 14 and Leviticus chapter 11. And we were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. And that, as I said in the first part, that's the spirit that we ought to be in. We must be willing to taste death for this thing of ours, right? Which is a warrior spirit, a manly spirit, right? Verse 3, Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on, right? Meaning watching all this take place. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, The Lord looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witness to their faces declared, saying, And he shall be comforted in his servants. Verse 7. So when the first was dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, Wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, No, which, if I'm not mistaken, no in Hebrew is la'ah, right? But he answered in his own language, which was what, Hebrew, and said no, right? La'ah. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, Thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of all, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. You see that? After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, right? And said courageously, These I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that for that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner, right? And that's another thing. The Lord can make it to where you may be in a guillotine or whatever, and which really that's a quick death, but or you may be getting tortured and the Lord can just make you numb to where you don't even feel the shit, right? And you just going through it, right? You may start glowing and you don't even feel the shit. You may turn into steel, right? Or or you may just go through it. You may feel the pain, right? But you have to be willing to taste pain, taste death, taste torment, taste torture for this thing of ours. We have to be willing, right? Let me correct that. We have to be willing. So continuing on, verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looking he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High. But abide a while and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power. Therefore marvelous things are done unto us. But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape unpunished. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory, right? And you are remembered unto this day, this woman here, talking about this woman here. She's remembered unto this day, right? And this is beautiful, man. For when she saw her seventh son slain without the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Or in other words, faith that she had in the Lord. Yes, she exhorted, right? She urged every one of them in her own language, right? Hebrew, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, she said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life. And that is the spirit that you women need to fucking be in, man. You have these bitches out here, I'ma say, man. Straight up. If your ears tingled at me saying the word bitches, then you can change the channel, right? These bitches out here, a lot of them, right there in that spirit that, I gave you life and I'll take you out. You didn't give me life, fucker, right? Sorry, getting a little pissed off, which I'm not talking about my mother, but I'm saying you have women out here like that, right? My mother is more on the humble side, but I would say hey, but you have bitches out here like that are in that spirit. Well, I gave you life and I'll take you out. You know, they want to be basically fucking highly honored and what over vanity because you didn't give us life, right? The Lord gave us life. God damn it! And this woman right here within Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter, understood that, right? She was far more. She was a woman, man. What we see here today, these are bitches. These are beasts, right? Not all of them, but majority of them, right? Uh, so Second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 22. I'll read 21 again, Lord willing. No, 22. I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But doubtless the Creator of the world, who formed the generation of man, and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. We must regard not our own selves for his law's sake. I'm gonna have to change the lesson to that, right? We must regard not our own selves for this thing of ours. Right? 24. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised, and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths, that he would make him both a rich and a happy man, if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother, and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner: O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shalt not escape the hand of the Most High, for we suffer because of our sins. See that? And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of the Most High, for thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty Power. Al-Shadia. Woo! Al-Shadia, who seeth all things. Almighty Power, man. Right? For our brethren who now have suffered a short pain are dead under the Most High's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of the Most High, shalt receive just punishment for thy pride. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching the Most High that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is the Most High, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may cease. Right? Then the king, being in a rage, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled, and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons of the mother died, last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now. Have spoken concerning the idolatrous feast and extreme tortures. Right, and that's pretty much it. Right, so with that, Lord willing, you are edified. Once again and forever, all praises, honor, and glorification unto our power. Call Halaim La Allahayan Awa Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Harakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations as well as health and wellness unto the elect of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai scattered across the earth. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Wa Yahweh Ba Shimi Awashai Baba Kasha Baba Ba Wa Shalawam DTA soon. DTA soon.